What is up? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sweet November. November 1st today. I got out here in the stand well before daylight. I tried to set myself up so the wind was blowing back towards the truck, but it's just so thick in here you can only do so much and be able to set up in a tree. I climbed way up in this sycamore where I can see out above everything. Had a pretty fresh scrape across this little clearing from me. And I know this is a pretty heavily used travel corridor. I think I've already heard some deer move around me, and I already had my tether slip on me once, and I fell about 6 inches and thought I was falling to my death. But that sudden stop shook this little sycamore, and there's no wind today, but it shook it hard. I tried to hit my grunt call a couple times in the dark. Make them think maybe it was a buck in here just making some racket. But I haven't heard anything in a while, so hopefully that didn't screw me up too bad. Almost every hunt I've had in this area this season has been a bust. Just starting to get good and bright in daylight. Only got so much time to hunt this morning. I gotta go work on a tree job and hopefully have it done and be able to get back out in the woods this afternoon. I really wanted to go to a different area this morning, but with a limited amount of time, there's really not a whole lot of point. It's like a 3.5 mile walk back in there. And I gotta be out of here at a certain time, so hopefully I'll rock that tree job out nice and quick and be able to get back out this afternoon, maybe head to that other area or getting on about 8:30, 8:45 now, and we haven't had any movement. I don't have very much time to hunt. Now, normally, I am not about blind calling. I like to do a little subtle stuff like hit my turkey call. Not to call them in, but to kind of make them let their guard down. And usually I really don't even like to hit my calls unless I'm in a spot where they can't circle around me, or if I see one and I'm trying to call it in. But since we are on the first day of Sweet November, and I can only hunt for like another 30 minutes, I think I'm gonna try to hit him with a real aggressive calling sequence real quick. And then just stay ready until time to take off. See what happens. over there, and I thought that was him again, but no, that was a big buck. Oh man, he just completely ignored my ground calls and kept on heading right back towards my truck. That really sucks. That means I'm gonna have to somehow get past him. Man, if he'd have come over here like that spike buck did, oh man, he would be so dead. That spike buck ran right under my feet. I get myself under control. I got the buck fever going on a little bit. Oh, that was a nice buck. He stopped and hit that scrape over there. It's about 35 yards to that scrape. I thought about sending one at him across this clearing, but I got too much crap in my way, and he was turning facing away, and he never really stopped. He kind of paused one time when I hit that ground call. I know he was over there in my ground set. He literally walked the trail I walked in. He walked it going the opposite direction back towards my truck. If we had some rain today, I would almost circle around and see if I could sneak in on him. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to get past him to the truck without buggering him up too bad. He never did blow at me or nothing. We've still got a little time. So, damn. Close. Scared the shit out of that little buck. What's up? Back out here for day 2, sweet November. Unfortunately, today I was forced to change things up by a lot. And I'm hoping I didn't shoot myself in the foot. The wind is absolutely atrocious for the other property. So I was forced to abandon hunting over there as much as I wanted to go chase that buck I seen yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't able to hunt my evening hunt because I ran into complications working on that tree job. And by complications I mean I'm stupid and I almost forgot about a tree. So I gotta go back and finish that here later, and hopefully I can get back out for an evening hunt tonight. So that being said, I'm on another property, and when I got here there was hunters at the sign-in box already, which I thought I come in super early. I thought I'd be ahead of everybody, but since they beat me, I asked them where they was going, and they told me they was apprehensive a little bit at first. I could tell, so I went ahead and spoke up and was like, well, I was heading all the way to the back, and they said that's where they was headed, so I changed up and I stayed tight to the lake, and right on the edge of this ridge line. Got a pretty good wind, but it's kind of swirling. Out here in the open, it's like a sassafras cedar beech maple thicket. It's really not much for feeding. It's kind of more of a travel corridor, but since we're getting into the rut, I feel like this still could be a pretty good spot. And when I come in here and scouted in the fall, I feel like I just scared that woodpecker. And other hunters, they're way downwind of me going where I was, so if that buck comes to the east, to the west of them at all, I'm sorry, he's gonna get there soon. I might push him my way. I can at least hunt till 10 today, so I guess we'll just settle in and just breaking good enough daylight to be able to see. I can see a good long ways right here. I'll probably do a bunch of glassing while I'm sitting here. And given the luck that I had yesterday and the type of wind we got, I might even do a little blind calling like I did yesterday. So, stick with me. That's unfortunately going to do it for this morning's hunt. Didn't see any deer. That wind is not cooperating. It's supposed to be blowing like straight over my right shoulder, straight west towards the lake. But instead it's blowing straight south, basically right where the deer would probably be coming from. And I've been looking around here since it got daylight, and there really ain't any buck sign to speak of. There's a little bit of thermal bedding cover, but like I said, the wind's just in the wrong direction for that, so I think that unfortunately I'm going to have to pack her up and head out. Try to get all my work done and hopefully get back in the woods nice and early tonight. And this is a good wind for an evening hunt in the cemetery spot, because they always bed up tight to the cemetery, which is the direction that buck headed yesterday morning. So if I go in there tonight and I circle around him, I think I might be able to sneak down in there. I might even take my rattling horns and hit him with a good solid rattle. I've had that work in there 2 separate times in the past, so I reckon we're gonna climb down and sneak out of here and go get us some breakfast, go finish my tree work. We'll try it again this evening. Alright. We're finally back in here and set up for our evening hunt, November 2nd. Not exactly an optimal wind for this set, but almost every buck I've ever seen in this area has came from this direction, which is the way the wind's blowing, and they bed all the time up here below the cemetery, pretty close to my truck. So like I said, this morning is the way that buck was headed. Yesterday. And I don't think I boogered him up too much, so we're back in here now and we're all set up and ready. I didn't come but like probably 12 or so feet off the ground. And I also noticed right here, we got a big old scrape here on the ground, which I didn't even notice until I had already kind of picked this tree to set up on. So, those bucks yesterday morning come in after I gave that big loud calling sequence. So I know they're feeling pretty aggressive, so I think what I'm going to do is get finished setting up. I'm almost there, other than I forgot my bottom rope on my platform, which is important, so I'm going to take care of that real fast. And I should be ready to hit the rattling antlers and grunt at them some, and I'll probably do that intermittently every couple hours. I got in here about 2 o'clock today. Finished my tree work good and quick. So, here we go. Also, I just want to let it be known that I have beef with Hawk right now. I sat all morning in this Hawk Helium climbing saddle. Got down and walked back to the truck, and when I got back to the truck I realized that it had broke the leg strap off this side. So now I just have to tie it. I mean, it's not a huge deal because I can just tie it up, and it still works just about as good as what it did. All the leg straps basically do is hold the saddle underneath of you. But like, I haven't done anything strenuous or nothing in it, and I bought it 3/4 of the way through last season. So if you think about it, it's only November 2nd. We haven't even made it to gun season yet, so really, the saddle didn't even last an entire season. And also, it's questionable now. I'm a little leery, kind of hanging from it. But that being said, just let it be known I got beef with Hawk, and if I injure myself, it's their fault. Well, I just had one blow at me. I never did see it, but now the wind switched around like it was supposed to be blowing. Of course, I'm expecting all the deer coming this way. This will come that way, but it sounded like a doe. It didn't sound real deep. And when she ran off, she sounded light, so any other time they come from back towards the truck. And the wind was blowing back towards the truck earlier, even though it's supposed to be blowing the complete opposite way. Well, there's still time, so hopefully my whole hunt's not screwed up. Well, a little update. I was walking out after I climbed down, and I gotta walk through this field back into the cemetery on my way out, and there was some deer out in that field, so I kind of sat down in the moonlight and was glassing at them through my binoculars, and I could tell there were several bucks in the group, and I tried to grunt at them some because I had just enough daylight left to maybe get a shot at one of them if I could get them to come in, and unfortunately none of them would commit. But I was looking at them through the binoculars, looking at which ones was the bigger body deer, definitely the bucks, and they all of a sudden just got to fighting, and I was trying to turn my brightness up. I don't know if they fought long enough for me to get any of the audio. I tried to flip my camera on real fast, pick up some audio, some bucks fighting, but I'm not sure if I got it. Hopefully I did. But if not, I know there's bucks out there. I know they're rutting. There looked like 4 or 5 bucks out in that field. I went into that property knowing that the wind wasn't right tonight, but I bet, because every single buck I've seen in that property has been coming east to west. So I bet that I went in there, and with the west wind, even though it was blowing down the woods, they'd be coming from the east. And of course tonight all the deer was to the west, so just some food for thought for the future. Or at least I know the rut's picking up and the bucks is out in that property, and hopefully I'll get a opportunity, maybe a couple nights this week I can get out and hunt, and I'll probably try to take a little bit of time off and get out and chase them, and hopefully I can get one down.